What's up, y'all? This is John and Mike back for another episode of the Nothing Finer podcast. You can, as always, you can find us on Fans First Sports Network on millions.co. Normally on Thursdays, not this week, just the way that the schedule has worked out. But find us on YouTube, everywhere else. Y'all know the deal. Tonight we are actually doing our picks for this week tonight. Grayson had something come up and he can't record the interview until tomorrow. So we're pushing that until tomorrow evening. But we are doing picks today. Mike, how you been? What are you drinking? You're muted.
Yep. Alrighty, that's a record for it. Let's go. No, I'm good. Busy time. School and everything. Everyone's doing football and other activities, so I kind of just got home a little bit ago. So it should be good. I got a water because I have to be around kids at 7 o'clock in the morning, so can't have too much fun. But how about you?
Good, good. No, it's been a little bit of a crazy week at work. And and man, it's just been one of those like months, honestly, at work.
Yep.
But it's all right. It should be getting better. Next week's a light week, but that's also by design because I can't do a whole lot with my wrist going to be not good next week. I do have a
Oh,
question for you,
yeah.
and I forgot my question. Damn it.
No. Well, while you're trying to remember it, now that you mentioned your wrist, I am getting an MRI on Monday for my foot because I've been putting it
Oh,
off. I was supposed to go back like 3 weeks ago,
yeah, it's
and just
about time.
life was lifing, and they're like, you know what, we need to at least do another X-ray as well because it's been like a month since you come in, so it hasn't got better. Tried playing basketball with a kid, and I want to just cut my foot off because I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa.
Well,
So
that's too
tired.
damn bad. Um, so I have two Michigan related questions before we get into anything we're talking about tonight because Michigan is not part of it.
I
One,
don't want Sharon Moore anymore. I want him gone. But yes.
is Sharon more the new Davo Sweeney with the insane stuff that he says and does to try to sound cool and get to his team?
He's grasping for straws. Good Lord. I like all the memes that Ohio State people have done of him and like various blue collar stuff.
What's funny is the the pat like he got like a technician's jacket and got a patch with his name on it.
Yeah, he said he's going to work.
Um, yeah, boy, that he's getting so cringy. Um, it's kind of
Mhm.
it's kind of wild how Michigan coaches start out that way, like the milk thing, the not eating chicken with Harbaugh to this. Second Michigan related question: how do you feel that Delaware has the exact same uniforms, but they somehow look better? You're muted again.
Bless America, because I had all the kids screaming at one time. Still do. But it's like a lighter shade of blue, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I think it looks better. Something about navy blue just doesn't sit right with me for whatever reason.
Yeah, you know what? And the way, for whatever reason, blue looks even darker than navy. So like sometimes it looks black, and it's just kind of odd sometimes, especially against Ohio State for whatever reason. But no, Delaware is a sweet. The only good thing I can say about the state of Delaware. Only good thing that's come out of Delaware.
I mean, I honestly don't know if I can name multiple things that have come out of Delaware. So,
I just know the football team and then a certain person. But yeah,
oh, okay. Um, yeah, I don't even know if I said it. I'm drinking water too. You know,
good teammate. They're staying hydrated. That's good.
there you go, there you go. No cramps. We are team no cramps.
Yeah.
All right. So the first game we're going to talk about tonight, LSU at Vanderbilt. And it's truly hilarious to me that these two programs have changed so much in perspective this season that Vandy is favored in this game. Uh,
The
now,
first time ever, right? Against a top 25 or top what, top 10 team?
is LSU still top 10? Yes,
No, I
because
don't.
they are 10.
Okay, so first time ever in the program history they're favored against a top 10 team.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. If you've listened to the show for a while, you know that I talk about this frequently. A home team gets 3.5 points on a spread. So at a neutral site, Vanderbilt would not be favored. I 100% understand that,
Yep.
but they are.
Yeah.
So it's just still absolutely insane that you know we're talking. Ooh, 2 months ago, what we had Connor on the podcast, and he talked about LSU was going to win a national championship, and now they're underdogs to Vanderbilt.
But but Vandy's good though. That's the part that,
Right.
part of yeah, context that you need.
And, to be fair to all the people that said LSU was going to win a national championship, they were correct about the defense. Um,
Right.
they were just very, very, very wrong about the offense. And that's kind of why LSU, uh, the name recognition is why LSU is not more of an underdog in this game because the offense
Oh,
is
sure.
that bad. So
Yeah.
they're 47th in passing offense. Um, but that's strictly off of volume because they're 81st in yards per attempt. Uh, and it's based off of volume because they're 113th in rushing offense.
Boy,
And yeah, they don't even try to run the ball. 123rd in attempts.
that's worse than mid. That's
Right,
bad. Good Lord.
right. Like so, everybody was like Georgia was so bad at running the ball last year. Georgia, I think, finished the season at 96th.
Which awful, but
It,
not 123rd bad.
right. And so, like I said, passing is where it is based on volume, and that's because they can't run the ball. Um, the defense has played well. Like I said, they've definitely improved. 42nd in passing defense. That only drops to 69th against ranked teams.
Nice.
They are 21st at stopping the run, 32nd against ranked teams, fifth in scoring defense. Which, if you've paid attention to college football over the last 3 years, or further than that, probably five, LSU being top 50 in scoring defense is pretty insane. But to be fifth is, and the thing is, they don't drop out of the top 20 with if you go by games against ranked teams, games against power conference teams, games against in their conference teams. It doesn't matter. They're in the top 20 pretty much in every category. Um, the only team that they have played that's ranked this year, currently ranked, Ole Miss, who scored 24 points.
Yeah.
So pretty significant. Um, the one of the crazier things about this game is if you look back on the preseason is that Diego Pavia has been the better quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think
The
there's even a debate there.
shouldn't
Nuss
be.
doesn't look right.
Yeah, and so not the better athlete or the better trash talker, but Diego has just straight up been the better quarterback.
Mm,
Um, and so Diego Pavia, 12th in the country in passer rating. It's
wow.
directly ahead of a couple of guys that we'll know based on their Heisman numbers, and then one guy that Georgia's already played against this year. Carson Beck is 13th. Dante Moore is 15th. Joey Aguilar is 18th.
Hmm.
Diego's 12th. So put a little bit of perspective in there. He's also 68 spots ahead of Garrett Nussmeier, 80th.
Dang.
Yeah. Uh, and no, he for sure still struggled against Alabama, but tell me a quarterback this season that hasn't struggled against Alabama. I mean, you could say
Top.
Castellanos at
Yeah.
Florida State, but they didn't really pass the ball. That was a triple option offense. And, when you get almost 300 yards rushing, kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I
So,
was gonna say, I think he had what, like 100 yards passing that game or something like that. Like it was like single digit completions, I think.
right. So I do think LSU struggles at two parts of this game. And first thing is penalties. Vandy has created a good atmosphere in Nashville. They've finally done something with it. It's not just an opposing fan base taking over the stadium every week. And LSU has only played one road game since the start of September. That was 3 weeks ago.
Huh. Okay.
Um, the second is LSU is 77th in losing 8 turnovers this year.
Wow.
Vanderbilt is 29th and they have gained 10.
Hmm.
So when it comes to that, I think Vanderbilt's good at taking the ball away. I mean, they got Ty Simpson's first interception of the season a couple weeks ago in Tuscaloosa. Um, I do think this game is kept relatively close just because of LSU's rushing defense. We know that's what Vanderbilt likes to do. We know that's what they're best at. Um, but I think Vandy sneaks one out. I really do. I think they're scoring somewhere between 20 and 27, and then LSU somewhere between 17 and 20. Um, which even if both teams score at the top end of what I think they're going to score, the under still hits.
And
So
Vandy still covers.
Vandy does cover and the under hits. I don't know if I'm going to make the under a best bet, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, dude. Mm. So I think I'm going along the same thought process as you. Vegas is really begging us to take LSU here, just like you mentioned before, off of name recognition, the laundry that they wear, and so on. Uh, but 2.5 points is interesting. I do think Vandy's a better team this year. I think they've proven that so far. And LSU, I mean, really, has there been a game that we've been blown away by what LSU has done? I know, like Clemson, but in retrospect, looking back at it, I mean, how impressive was that win really against Clemson? I don't know. Not as great as we thought it was initially, but uh, do think that that Vandy's going to cover this game. And I'm like you said, I'm not sure about the under necessarily, but that feels like if you're going to bet that, I would take Vandy and the under.
Yeah, and it sucks. I do wish this game was going to be better. Did did Caleb put notes in here for this game?
He put he just it got mixed in with mine. So this is what he said. He said
Okay.
so far this season he's been taking any team with a halfway decent offense to beat LSU, and this worked out pretty well so far. So give him the fighting Diego Pavios.
And maybe actually fighting based on how LSU fans like to attend football games. Um,
Hmm.
but honestly, give me Diego Pavia in a cage match over the average drunk fat Cajun. You know?
Yeah. And like you were saying, it's no longer going to be 95% opposing fans there. I mean, I don't know
No.
what it is exactly, but it's not going to be a sea of purple and gold. It's going to be a good mix.
Right. All right. Since we're talking about colors in the stands, you ready to just see a lot of maroon and or burgundy?
No, I hate it. That's my school colors now, but this shit's ugly. So
I don't
I
even
hate it.
hate. I don't hate the color. I hate how half of the old SEC West is that color.
Yeah.
Because it's like, come on, guys, let's. Do you have any form of creativity? Nope. All right, so you're just going with like a slightly different shade of maroon and white.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that. You know
Like,
what? At least y'all wear blackout uniforms. So
yeah, there's that.
we're talking about A&M at Arkansas, and this is at Arkansas. We're not doing the Jerry World game anymore.
Good.
A&M favored by 7.5. Over under 61.5. Uh, this one I will say is primarily interesting because of the Bobby Petrino angle. Former Arkansas head coach, former Texas A&M offensive coordinator, current Arkansas interim coach. And he lost a really close game last week to a ranked Tennessee team in Knoxville with Arkansas.
Mm.
I do think that A&M is the better team, and I'm conflicted on if they're properly rated or overrated because they've beaten everybody, including going up to South Bend and beating Notre Dame, right?
Hmm.
They haven't really played anybody that's good though. And I know, look, guys, I know that Notre Dame is still ranked. They
Hmm.
shouldn't be, but they are. But their defense is awful, right? Like,
Yeah, they would give anything to have Al Golden back.
right. Like the best game of the year was against Arkansas.
Hmm.
Sure. Did they absolutely play lights out in that game? Yes.
Yeah.
But did they also give up 300 plus passing yards on 17 completions to Marcel Reed? Yes.
It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
So I so here's their SEC schedule so far, and here's where I'm confused on this. Like A&M looks good, but they score most of their games late when the other team is down 2 possessions and has to go for it on fourth down in their own end, right?
Hmm.
But A&M has beaten the number 11 team in the SEC, number 14 and number 15.
Some bottom feeders so
Uh,
far.
so far, and they have a chance to beat Arkansas, who is 13th.
Okay.
So not good.
Yeah.
I just, man, like I said, they've looked good, but they've scored a lot late. Mississippi
Hmm.
State, it was a one possession game going into the fourth quarter against
Yeah.
Mississippi State.
Hmm.
It was a close game against Florida late in that one. Like I don't know. I really don't. Um, I mean, they won 16-10 Auburn at home. I don't know. But what I do know is that Arkansas's defense is awful.
Yeah.
And I still have enough confidence in A&M's defense to stop Arkansas at least a few times. And I don't know if I have that confidence in Arkansas's defense. So I've got to go A&M here,
Hmm.
but I am also very upset about it.
I'm going a little bit different. I'm going to go with Arkansas here. I don't know if they're going to win straight up, but 7.5 is a lot. I mean, it's over a touchdown, of course. Um, but like you were saying, is A&M good? We don't know. It's mid-October, so right around now is when it starts to hit the fan, and they just plummet. They usually it's around that Arkansas game. I feel like it's later this year, but I could be wrong.
Normally
Um,
they've stumbled once already, but they haven't yet this year.
yeah. So they're due. They you know what? They might break the 8-4 curse and go 9-3 this year. But I feel like this is a great spot for Bobby Petrino in Arkansas, or I assume it's in Fayetteville, not Little Rock. That always throws me
It's
off for whatever.
Fayetteville, yeah.
Is it
So
okay?
before you give your official pick, Arkansas has one defensive back, 3 wide receivers, one running back, 2 tight ends, and 2 defensive linemen listed as out for this game.
Okay. Uh, that could be a good thing, 'cause like you said, the defense isn't good anyway. Um, oh golly, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm still gonna go Arkansas just for the lulls. Because again, A&M is gonna start falling at some point, and what better time to start doing it than now?
I love it. I was flip flopping up until the words came out of my mouth to pick Texas A&M. If I'm being
It doesn't
entirely honest.
it doesn't feel right. I really
No.
do it. It's October. I can't pick A&M. The only time I got burned by them last year when I took them to beat Texas in College Station. If they couldn't do that, I don't know. Don't know if I can ever pick them.
So last season they had their first loss of the season. Obviously, week one Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Um, and then their next loss was the first week of November. So
Okay, so okay, we're approaching
we're
there.
yeah, we're getting there.
November is the free fall, not necessarily October. Okay.
Right. And Caleb said, I'm going to do something incredibly stupid here, but Arkansas always gets somebody, and they haven't yet this season. Arkansas with the upset.
This is a great call. I, I wish I would have said it as more eloquently like that. That makes a lot more sense what I said.
On to Tennessee at Alabama, and this is gross.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to say a lot of positive things here about a team that we hate.
Which one?
That yeah. So
Yeah.
Bama is 7.5 point favorite, over under 58.5, and I would like Tennessee to win this game a lot more. It and I would think it was more possible if they weren't stealing with the injuries in the secondary. Still don't have Jermod McCoy. Still don't have Ricky Gibson. Um, and on the flip side, on the Alabama side of that, I am 100% sold that Ty Simpson is that guy. Uh, and Tennessee, without playing that guy, is 124th nationally in passing defense. And it doesn't
But
matter a whole lot that Jam Miller may be out of this one. He's listed as questionable. Um, because Tennessee is 117th in rushing defense against SEC teams.
golly.
Yeah, so, and to clarify that stat, it's teams against teams in their own conference, but all of the teams across the country, only 4 games are within the same conference.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's not 117 teams in the SEC. Um, but man, I would love to pick Tennessee in this one, but it's in Tuscaloosa for one. It is against a Tennessee team that I think you and I could get 9 more guys and score a couple of touchdowns on these boys.
Right.
And man, they're so bad. They're so
Yeah.
bad. And Alabama's offense is really good. So
Right.
I've got to say that Bama wins and covers just because Bama's defense is good enough to get a few stops. And I know Joey Aguilar is good. I know their running backs are good. Honestly, I think they're a better offensive line than Alabama. I think offensively, outside of the quarterback position, Tennessee is better everywhere. Probably a tie at wide receiver,
Yeah.
but offensive linemen, I think Tennessee's better. Running backs, top to bottom, not just one guy, because I think Jay Miller is one of the best in the SEC individually. But like top to bottom, I think Tennessee's got more depth. The problem is Ty Simpson is better than Joey Aguilar, and Alabama's defense is not. I don't think they're 100th in or worse in any category.
Hmm. Ty Simpson, a lot of people are saying might be a dark horse Heisman candidate. No one's really saying that about Joey Aguilar. So there's that. Um, just a question before I do my pick. Do you know the last time Tennessee won a football game in Tuscaloosa? I have the answer, but when do you think?
98.
It felt like 98. It feels like it was that long ago. It was actually October 25th of 2003. And it was a 5 overtime game where Tennessee won 51 to 43.
And they've had so many opportunities. There's the, what is it, 2000 and
The
2005?
the Mount Cody game, right?
Yeah, 2005 was Mount Cody game, which all they had to do was make field goal. We know they're not good at that. Ask Georgia fans. I just,
Right.
man, Tennessee is, so you know how we said last week that Mizzou finds a way to lose games, and now obviously Auburn does too. Their coach said it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
but that's Tennessee with more, like, Tennessee finds a way to lose games, but they get to go home to a trophy case.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only difference between Mizzou's ability to lose games and Tennessee's ability to lose games. Tennessee goes home to trophies. They're
Mhm.
not from this century, but they are trophies.
Big facts. So yeah, with that said, I think Bama continues that streak and does win, unfortunately. But I do think Tennessee covers. Um, I told one of the resident Alabama fans in my life that you're not going to meet a bigger non Tennessee fan this weekend than me. But just purely from the SEC standing, standpoint that
Right.
we do need Bama to get a loss if we want to play in Atlanta, which isn't the end all be all, but something that I think we all still enjoy and want to see, them go back to back in the SEC. But
That would
um,
be cool, but also being fifth, facing the 12th team in a home playoff game.
probably like what, Memphis or USF.
Right. One of the teams that can almost only run the ball. Like,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please don't try to throw passes.
Yeah, for the love of God. Yeah, but no, I think Bama wins, but Tennessee covers that 7.5.
Caleb goes or says, battle of two wildly inconsistent teams at this point in the season. No one is asking the most important question as it relates to this game. What color will Kalen DeBoer's hoodie be?
Well, now
He
that he now that we know the Black Hoodie of Death is real and like he knows about it, I'm curious at how often he's going to wear it. I feel like he should wear it this game just because it's the Tennessee games, third Saturday in October. But
so I will say Alabama fans picked up on it after like 2 weeks
mhm.
because it was almost immediately after the Vanderbilt game, and that's almost all he's worn.
Okay,
So I believe he's like six or not. No, I think he's 13-0 in games where he's won that. They
and
played
now
Vanderbilt halfway through last season,
mhm.
and it's halfway through this season. That's like 13 games. So I don't like. I'm pretty sure he's just worn it since, and
Okay,
with the exception of a couple of the colder games, like I don't think he definitely didn't wear it for the bowl game and stuff like that. But
no, 'cause
yeah,
they would have won that game if he did that. That was the missing piece against Michigan for sure.
it wasn't anything that they were absolutely terrible at that day. It was just the black hoodie.
Yeah, it wasn't a monsoon that was going on just when Alabama had the ball.
What about he must not have worn it when they went and played Oklahoma.
He must he must not have. No, there's
But that's also a really thin hoodie and it was cold. Like you're
yeah.
talking late November in Oklahoma. It's
Yeah,
not warm
Oklahoma's
there.
sneaky. Yeah, I was to say Oklahoma's sneaky cold. That Trail of Tears. Look it up, kids.
Did you just say Trail Mateer?
Trail. Oh my God, I mean, that should be a thing. Trail of Tears, but Trail Mateer.
Okay.
That should be a thing. Okay.
Did we I feel like I feel like somebody on social media could turn that racist.
Probably is racist, but yeah.
It's not intentionally, guys. I can't hear.
I
My
also
wife,
know there's that.
my wife tells me I need hearing aids all the time.
Same dude. We had a pep rally today, and I had my decibel thing on my watch on. It hit like 111 for like 40 minutes straight.
Well, it should hopefully be 125 for almost an hour on Saturday. So speaking of, do you want to pick the Ole Miss and Georgia game now, or do you want to
Um,
tell me and I'll put it on the graphic and post that on Friday?
you know what? I'm gonna go for it now.
Okay.
Oh well, no, God, that line went up even more.
Yeah, no, it jumped a good bit. And this was earlier today. These lines are probably all wrong. The lines changed so much.
Because
But
it,
this
it
was
opened
earlier
at
today.
five. It opened at 5.5. When I looked at it this morning, it was 7.5, and then you have it here at 8.5.
Yeah, no, like I said, that's what I saw this morning. I'm trying to go and check it again now. Um,
But early vibes for me. I guess this is not going to be official, but I do think that I'm not as nearly as impressed with Ole Miss as like their record indicator, or even how I've ranked them, just because again they're undefeated. So like you have to put them in top five at this point, right?
right.
Um, and they do have some good wins, of course. The LSU wins their best, but um, almost blowing again against Wazoo. A little bit concerning if you're a Ole Miss fan, but I do think it's got to happen at some point this year. I would hope. I wanted a much easier Saturday than we've had most of the season. No, damn near every game this season. Every game this season, except Marshall. But um, I think Georgia's going to actually play. I'm not going to say a full game. I'm going to say 3 quarters. I don't want to get greedy.
Oh, 25%
Three
more than
quarters.
normal.
Yeah. To figure it out. I'm this is it's going to be the second through fourth quarter this time. First quarter, that's out of the question for sure. That's never
Well, the
going to happen.
students still haven't shown up by the first quarter.
It's 3:30 kick too. I don't know.
That
Um,
is kind of gross for a top 10 matchup, right?
right. I mean, I know the people that are commuting like to and from that game are probably more happy about it, like same day, but I don't care. I'm watching it at home.
It
I'd rather it be at night as well. But I am going to go Georgia to cover that right now.
is
But
8. It has dropped half a point to 8. It doesn't change much for covering, except for it has to be 7 or 9 instead of 8 or 9.
yeah, I think Georgia will cover this game. I think this will be their I'm going to manifest it and say it's going to be their best showing of this season so far. Closer to a complete game output than what they had been doing all year. But I'm just not as convinced with Ole Miss as others are. They're not. I don't think they're as good as last year. And there had to be some wonky things last year for Ole Miss to win that game too in Oxford. So I'm going to go with Georgia to cover that as of right now. We'll see how I feel in the morning.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for this episode. But if you haven't clicked off, don't do it yet. We are on the Row 60 bandwagon of striping out Sanford this weekend. So check them out on social media, see or us because we've posted it as well. Just whatever section you're going to be in, wear the color associated with that section. If you're one of those people that don't like gimmicks to win football games, quit crying, dude. Like what fans wear has absolutely no impact on the team, except for when they walk out of the tunnel, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Like that. That is the extent of
Yeah.
what we wear has an impact on the game.
Mm.
And also, there are much better places to clutch your pearls than a football game. So,
Right.
um,
Exactly.
but yeah, if y'all are going to the game, show up, be loud. It normally Georgia fans respond when Kirby asks. Um,
But
but
has Kirby asked though?
he did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I thought you were talking about the stripe out. Okay, never mind.
no, I for being loud.
Okay.
Because I'll
Good.
say y'all were weak against Alabama. I'm just gonna put it out there. It was weak.
Yeah.
The highest decibel I saw for any point of the game was like 125.
Pathetic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible. Y'all need to do better. And it wasn't that loud for most of the game. But
Hmm.
if y'all are looking for where to find us on social media to check out the stripe out sections, it is at nothing.finder.pod on Instagram, at finderpod on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Just look us up and you will find us there. I'm going to be putting the shirts and stickers on social media. So if you'd like to order one of those, send us a message. We're not in any way, shape, or form trying to rob people. Like these are all going to be reasonable prices. We just think it's cool. Um, so yeah, always remember, guys, there is nothing finer in the land.
Lane used to be fat too.